Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Lead Her podcast. Today, if you are driving or out a walk right now and you're not on YouTube and you've not seen this online, I am wearing a lovely olive green jumpsuit. It is 6 years old. It's a 6-year-old outfit, and I love it when you've got something that's lasted that long, but also something that you've had that long that still fits you as well. It's so nice. So yeah, I'm very dressed up for today's episode. We're going out for dinner this evening with a guy Joe knows and his family. So we're going to go out and meet him. And I thought I'll record the podcast and then I go straight out because I don't want to be trying to change after doing the podcast. We're going out in like 30 minutes and Joe's still in the office. He's not even showered yet, so you'll hear him faffing around in the background, getting ready, lastminute.com as we head out for dinner. But it also felt nice to dress up and celebrate because I'm normally in my gym stuff or in shorts and a t-shirt. But it felt nice to dress up because we are officially, if you haven't noticed it, the 50th episode of the podcast, which is so cool. And I want to give you guys a gift for being here to hit this milestone with me. And I'll let you know in a little second. If you want to skip it, you can go straight to the description to see what that gift is. But I remember when we started this podcast and I really wanted to do something. I really wanted to do a podcast, but I didn't want it to be just about fat loss. Like I was like, how many things can you talk about fat loss? Like that doesn't interest me. I was like, I want to talk about something more important. And I heard a stat that was like most podcasts don't get past 3 episodes. Like 44% of podcasts, like there's 150 million podcasts in the world, 150 million, and 44% of them have got more than 3 episodes. So it's like, I don't want to be in that 44% and do 1 or 2 and then never do it again. Because what's the point in that? I had to make sure at the very beginning, I could at least minimum get beyond 10. And I remember like hitting 20 odd, and here we are today, 50 episodes, which is crazy. So we have beat that 44%. We are in the 56% who have done way more. So congratulations to us. And I feel uncomfortable, but I want to share that win with you guys today and give myself some credit because I am so bad for focusing on what I'm not doing and what I'm not achieving rather than the things that I am doing. Like to be able to hit and be in that stat is awesome. And we should be celebrating that more. And I even remember seeing as well that I went on the behind the scenes of the podcast the other day. You get some stats and figures, and I got to see like we have been listened to in like 25 countries, like countries I haven't even been in, and you guys are listening. So that means so much, and it was so cool to see and actually realize a lot of people can't achieve and do that. So yeah, pat on the back for us for that. But if you guys go on holiday, make sure you pop me on because you'll know me behind the scenes. Like, oh, we've now been in Croatia. Oh, now you've been in Norway. I would love that. So if you get a chance to do that, that would be so cool. But outside of that, with us hitting the 50th episode, we have also launched a new part of Lead Her, and it's a part that I'm really excited about and something that I wanted to chat about to you guys as well. Because I feel like it's really important because the real reason we started this podcast was because I feel like it all starts from you, you know, like we are so, like I said earlier, we don't celebrate our achievements, we focus on what we're not doing. We're trying to fix all these other aspects of life, but actually it always comes back to you. And when you're feeling your best, everything else benefits. Work's better, house is better, your relationship's better. When you feel your best, and it should always come back to us first. Like look after ourselves, look after your health, look after your well-being. Then we'll get the ideas for work. Then we get the better relationship. Then we can be a better mum, you know. And I know it's so hard, and we do always put ourselves down the priority list. And that's why I was like, we need to do this podcast and open up these conversations that we are all struggling, and it is hard. But it is important for us to look after you and that we all go through the same struggles. So I hope you guys have loved the episode, the podcast, and loved our guests. And if you are one of our guests, thank you so much for being on. It was amazing to have you as a part of this podcast. But with our new plan, I know you guys are busy, okay, and you've got a lot going on. But even for me, like when I first started, I just started with one thing. And we know, like, when you just start from one thing and you get really good at it, it starts to have that snowball effect. And if we've, like, I know you guys really enjoyed me telling you about how I started my business, but we're almost going to go back in time again today because I want to share, like, why I first started is because I was really low and I was in a lot of negative relationships. And I just felt so like unhappy, and I broke up with someone, and I was just like, oh, like I just felt yuck about myself, really low. And I was like, something needs to change here. I'm not happy. And I just started just that one thing. I didn't change my food and do all that. I didn't know what to do. I was so overwhelmed. Like back then you were told to do some sit-ups as a woman and that was it. I was so like overwhelmed with food. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just knew I wanted to feel good, and a part of that came like through movement. So I joined a fitness class and I just started going to a fitness class. And I know that sounds really strange to some, but for me, it's like all these other aspects of life were horrible and it didn't feel good. But by going to this fitness class, like I got a wee buzz after it and I felt quite good. And I was like, oh, that was nice. And then I wanted to go again and get that little buzz. But going again, I actually noticed that I was a wee bit stronger and I could do lunges without falling over and I could do squats. And then going again, I was getting some weights and I was seeing myself improve at something. But improving at something, but also feeling really good for it. Because sometimes I was like, oh, I don't really want to go. And then I would go and I'd be like, oh, I'm so happy I did that. And I overcame that and I did it. And do you know what? I started to meet other people that were exercising. I met Joe, and the people around me were more positive because I was happier within myself and I was looking after myself. And I started to be like, actually, I don't want to go on a night out because I would rather like do my workout tomorrow. Like, and that sounds so sad, but I started to realize how good I felt. I just wanted more of it. And because I started with that one thing, I then started making better decisions with alcohol and late nights. So then I was sleeping better. Then I was eating better because I wanted to eat better for my workouts and feel good and feel lovely and nice. And then I stopped obviously drinking, better people to be around, and then I had better like choices in life and more ambition and more drive. And it all started from that one thing, which was exercise. And that's why I just sat down this year and I was like, I want to create something that is just exercise based and just starting with that one thing, because looking at everything, it's so overwhelming. And there was another thing, and again, like I said, that one thing, we get that snowball effect and everything else starts to improve. And it also means for you guys, you're not overwhelmed with all these other things going on in life. You know, you can just focus on the one thing and get really good at it. But another thing I noticed as well is like online, I feel like it's always about dieting to look better and feel better. And of course, I do that on Lead Heart. I do with our one-to-one program. I help women like completely transform their lifestyle, build better habits, build better behaviors, lose body fat, get fit, healthy, strong, and feel like a badass. But for us, it's not just about fat loss. We focus on everything else that they're winning at with their strength and stuff. But I feel like online, like people are only interested when they lose weight, you know, and you work hard, you lose the weight, and then you just lose motivation and you don't train. And that's when it all comes back to, but if we look after you, everything else is going to be better. So why are we only looking after you to lose weight? Why are we not looking after you every single week, every single month, every single year, so that you're fitter, healthier, stronger, you've got more energized energy for work, you've got more energy to run around and play with the kids, you feel your best when you're putting on like 6-year-old outfits. Like, it's like, why can we not find that middle ground where we don't just do something to lose weight, you know? And like, we're not made to diet all the time, and there's nothing wrong with dieting. Like, it can be good and it can make you feel better, but it's not the dieting that's making you feel good. It's the exercise, it's the eating better, it's the better sleep, and it's coming from that one thing. So I was like, I feel this, like, there's something that needs to change. And I feel as well, like, you go online and there's coaches, like I've been around for like a long time. I've been coaching for 9 years, right? And you see the same people over and over going on another diet, dieting for a photo shoot, dieting for their holiday. And I'm like, that's not a lifestyle change. Like, we should not be promoting diet after diet after diet. Like, we need a break from dieting. But what do you do when you're not dieting? Because we just feel bored in the gym. We feel like there's no point. There's like nothing exciting happening. But actually, that's the exciting part. And that's the most powerful part. So I was like, I'm going to create something here. It's called Lead Her Lifters, which I think just ties in nicely to the podcast, to Lead Her One-to-One, or optimized program, to having Lead Her Lifters, where we just help you ladies start to lift and lift your way into a body that you love and that you feel good in. And it's just from us focusing on that one thing, knowing that we have taken away the stress of, like, you know, that way, like, when you don't have a plan in the gym, you're less likely to go because you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do in the gym. Like, I'll just go on the kit that's free, and then we get overwhelmed, and then we're not going often enough. So then we're not confident when we're there. We don't know what exercises to maybe kind of do, or we've been doing the same old program all the time, Or actually, some people are following programs that are written for like 18-year-olds that have got all the time in the world. Like, you guys are too busy for that crap. So I was like, I want to create a program that's realistic for more women to do. It gives you everything that you need so that we can make the most out of your time in the gym. So when you're in the gym, you're getting your biggest bang for your buck. You're not going to the gym and trying to train arms and core one day, arms one day, core one day. You're trying to do cardio one day. You're trying to do glutes one day, then you're doing something else another day. Like, you don't have time for that. You really don't. And you try to train like an 18-year-old, and it's just not worth your time in the gym. And you're probably not getting the biggest bang for your buck while you're there. So I was like, I want to make sure that if you're training, you're getting done the full body and working it out. And I want to give you some goals and like some excitement to be there. And it's going to be like a 12-week program, and I'm going to change it through the year. So like, you don't need to always do it, but it's just going to give you that push and that drive that we just focus on your training and you feeling strong and you feeling like a badass, you having a goal, you having a program, but you're also going to be in a community with other women doing the same thing, which is like the best thing ever. Like, just, when you're doing it yourself, it's like, oh, well, what's the point? Because no one knows if I did it or not. Like, doesn't matter because nobody's going to know. That's what I say to myself sometimes. I'm like, what's the point in doing this? Because nobody's going to care anyway. It's like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to care. I want to see you working out. I want to see you in the group chat asking questions. I want to see your lifting videos so that I can give you some advice and tips on them. It's not just for newbies, this program. This program's for all women that just want to have a set plan that they can follow and love their training again and have goals and ambitions to be in the gym. That's not just about how they look. And yes, there might be some changes physically that definitely come from us being more consistent in the gym and from enjoying our training and actually showing up. There will be some byproducts in terms of our body, but we don't want that to be the primary focus. We just want to get good at that one thing so that we can like feel so many benefits like in all these other aspects of life. When you're training consistently, you have more confidence, you are happier, you're sleeping better, you've got more energy for work, you've got more energy for the kids, you're getting PBs in the gym. Like, it's just going to be such a fantastic program to be a part of. And I wanted to give you guys a discount to join this program for the first time round and see if it's something that you love. So we're officially starting the plan on the 14th of July. And there's going to be different options that you can choose to kind of really suit your lifestyle. And like I said, I'm going to be here to make sure that you're following the program and you're getting the changes that you want. And if you're stuck or struggling with anything, you just message and I'll be able to kind of help you with that. So you're not going to be alone on this program, and you'll hopefully have lots of other amazing women as well, motivating and inspiring you to keep showing up and keep showing up for you. So you guys are getting 20% off the program exclusively for you guys that listen to the podcast, because I do want to thank you for being here. And also, like I said, it's a big part of why we created this podcast, is to get you moving more and get you looking after yourself and get you feeling strong and feeling like a badass so that we can boss all these other aspects of life. So I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait to get started. I know it's going to be awesome. And you know what? Like, if I look back at little Leanne that was just starting out in the gym, or even just me now, like, to have someone else write my program is such a luxury, because I would maybe put in the stuff that I like, or I would maybe put in the stuff, I would avoid the stuff that I find hard and challenging. I would maybe just do stuff I feel comfortable with. But that's not what gets us change, and that's not what gets us results. So sometimes having someone else write your plan kicks you out your comfort zone, pushes you harder, and helps you actually realize you can get good at some stuff. So it's going to be an awesome summer. And like I said, like, I want this to be the middle ground where you still feel awesome, but the goal is just not always to lose fat. And there's nothing wrong with you doing a fat loss program after it, because the biggest thing that we all need is consistency, like consistently good with our workouts, not just occasionally great for a holiday, for a wedding. So if you've got any questions about the program and you want to know a little bit more, just send me a little message. As always, you guys know I love hearing from you. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the program, and if you think it'd be great for you, or for you in another time in life. But I feel like there's so many options and so many directions we can take it. And just now with one-to-one being so full, and not being able to kind of take people to that level, we can start here, and then you can always upgrade if that's something that you want to do when a space does come available. But it just means I can hopefully push and help more of you to exercise more and feel amazing in yourself again. Okay, so any questions, send them over. I've left all the details in the description box. I hope you love the new program, and I cannot wait for us all to get started next week. So we have nailed it. I've still got 10 minutes till we need to leave the house. I can hear Joe in the shower now, but I'm going to go and get some water, maybe just brush my hair, and then I'm going to head out for a wee dinner this evening, which I'm looking forward to. So I hope you have a lovely day or night, whatever time that you're listening to this, and I shall catch up with you very soon.